If you travel by train in the UK, you certainly have heard this phrase.
If you see something that doesn't look right, speak to staff or text the British Transport Police on 61016.
But you didn't choose or even consent to hear it. But you heard it.
We'll sort it.
Over.
See it.
And over.
Say it.
And over again.
Sorted.
And after these 10 years, it's not seen as an announcement anymore. It's an earworm, a threat, a promise, and a lifestyle. Come on. Live, laugh, love is over now. It's see it, say it, sorted. The British Transport Police is indeed a national police force that has been regulating the railway network technically since the invention of railways. Victorian era, steam engine, top hats, you name it. But for much of modern history, they weren't especially visible to the general public. If something suspicious ever happened on a train, you would either 1. Probably call 999, 2. Ignore it. The British Transport Police actually had a phone number and still does to this day, but many wouldn't consider this as the number to call. So in 2013, the British Transport Police tried to fix that and launched something new, a text service, 61016. And the marketing went something with the lines of, plaster the number on the website. That's the number one thing they should know. Yes, put the number on our trains. We gotta make liveries out of them. Spread that on social media. That's how the internet is gonna know about this. No, we don't need a slogan. And what do you mean there's K-pop merch in my search history? But it ended up getting 4,000 messages in the first year of the release, which for a national rail network, that's tiny. But 3 years later, this text service was going to be promoted seriously and hard. Security in 2016 was taken much more seriously, especially with the heightened concerns of terrorism. So to push the public in transport safety, the rail industry plastered a national rail campaign everywhere, on the information boards, on platforms, and the most unavoidable source of information, the train announcements.
See it, say it, sorted.
See It, Say It, Sorted is a campaign mainly focused on counter-terrorism. This is why pretty much every poster tells you to report things if, you know, see terrorist activities. If they left an unintended bag, going somewhere where they shouldn't be, deliberately hiding from the authorities, or even standing on the concourse a little too long. Oh my god. You probably didn't even think this was for counterterrorism. Or maybe I've just been an idiot this whole time. But I'm a psychology student, and they did that on purpose. When you exclusively promote counterterrorism in every single opportunity to do so, the promotion will be considered a bit overkill. I'm not saying that counterterrorism shouldn't be promoted, but when you add ambiguity to your campaign and make it seem like you're promoting general safety and awareness, there's no strict limit in promoting that. So determining something suspicious leaves a lot of ambiguity, making the See It, Say It, Sorted campaign a lot more applicable in any criminal scenario, and gives them an excuse to shout at you even more. There's another excuse why they do this, a little obvious, but they want you to get the message. Not everyone in the general public is outgoing their way to report something. They just want to gaze at it, walk it off, and mind their own business. Which, in other words, see it, don't say it, ignore it. I'm also a media student, wherever that means, and from a media studies perspective, the more you hear a message, the more likely you are going to believe it. Or in this case, remember the number in a real situation. This number then becomes a piece of information that doesn't require hard conscious thinking to remember. Security messaging works best when it's automatic, when you don't have to think about what to do. Despite how many times they repeat this phrase, people get confused on how the phrase actually goes. Have a look at this Reddit post. I always thought the slogan was See It, Say It, Sorted, which made sense to me, but apparently it's sorted. Is it just me learning this grand epiphany? Here's another post questioning it, and another post, and a whole dang article about that post. This campaign somehow became the victim of the Mandela effect, and has created a whole argument not worth arguing about, because the answer is right there. It's sorted because it's the repetition of it. You probably got a grade 3 in English language. If it said sorted, that just means you have to sort it out yourself, and you are not the police. Their long version basically means, if you see it, say it, and we'll get it sorted. I thought sorted meant you should report to someone to sort it out. That's the say it part! Okay, I got a bit off course, but don't you see how deeply the phrase embeds itself? It's right there! The general public reception to the campaign is, unsurprisingly, not everyone likes it. As a matter of fact, it's been named as the most irritating slogan in the history of British transport, the common complaint being that it is too repetitive. One rail journalist suggested that they should reduce the frequency of the announcements since people are now deliberately looking away from it.
Another complaint is that it gives us the atmosphere that we are living in a dystopia right now. Having the rule of thirds in the slogan is also seen in the party slogan from George Orwell's 1984. The practice of shoving the slogan down our ears is also not too different to how Airstrip 1 did it with their propaganda, so people will end up saying that it is dystopian. Yes, I am hiding underneath my bed.
Funnily enough, it's not the first time a rail campaign gave 1984 vibes, like this poster that existed in 2003, which was plastered throughout all London bus routes. The elements of the harsh colors, the symbolic connotations of eyes, and the heading on this advertisement really gives it off. On the other hand though, I think the majority, including myself, accepted its annoyance, and now it's treated as part of British culture. It's basically our new Mind the Gap. It's become an entire meme, seen everywhere on social media.
We're gonna see you, we'll say it, and then you'll be sorted.
People making entire stories out of it, and it's a great way to name your song if you're a small indie artist. The UK isn't alone with safety slogans like these, and it was not even the first, not even original. I realized this whilst watching an Evan Endinger video about Amtrak's trains.
It's the American version of see it, say it, sorted. If you see something suspicious or unusual, just say something. You don't have to see it, say it, or sorted.
New York's if you see something, say something, all rights reserved, was rolled out after the terrorist attacks of 9/11. They became a national slogan for the US way before the UK even considered doing its own variant with the message.
Where New York leads, other great cities follow.
Listen, bruv.
Heck, the UK is even copying itself. Manchester has their own version regarding anti-hate crime called See It, Report It, End It, which just sounds like a bootleg, mediocre version of the slogan. Canada also hopped on the same boat and wanted to copy the US. Australia joined in too, but originally came up with their own slogan of if it doesn't add up, speak up. So the concept is pretty global. All these slogans and campaigns go under the same statement of staying vigilant. But in the UK, the difference is that they are proud of getting it sorted and they are way more loud with the message. So, let me answer the age-old question. Is this campaign worth the commitment that National Rail gives with its high consistency of announcements and rebranding it 10 years later with the same message? In other words, is it worth telling people to see it and say it? And does that get it sorted? The answer to all questions is yes. Before the campaign, we mentioned that the amount of text sent to 61016 in 2013 was only 4,000 messages. The next couple years before the campaign was released, it got to 8,000 and then 20,000. I mean, the texts were increasing for sure, but since its launch in 2016, the use of the text service has increased more than 8-fold to 250,000 texts a year. And no, that doesn't mean crime has increased 8-fold. People are just reporting sus activity much more, which pretty much serves the purpose of the campaign. It's meant to make awareness, right? And whether you love it, hate it, mock it, or misquote it, you remembered it. And that was the whole point. So if I have to give you one message, if something genuinely suspicious happened tomorrow, you'd know exactly what to do. And that's the game.